Let's get a little cedar going for all of us and start this live. Grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. Blessings. All right, let's get this cleared energy out and see what's going on for the week for all of us. I hope you guys are all well. I'm happy to be here. Let's see what's going on. All right. All right, so as always, I am going to go around the zodiac. We are going to start with Aries, move our way through to Pisces, and we're going to see real quickly what does the week ahead have in store for all of us. Grateful, thankful for the messages always for each and every one of you. And at the end of the reading, I am happy to stick around and pull some cards for you guys. So as always, I appreciate you, and if you appreciate me, hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel, and feel free to tip the tarot reader. All right, grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Aries for this upcoming week. We're just going to quickly go through it all. If anybody wants to timestamp these, that would be really amazing. You know, if not, you know, listen, I just don't have the time to do it. So, you know, maybe down the road when this is all I do in my world, I'll do that. But so in the meantime, if you guys would help out and, you know, just timestamp whatever sign it is that you are listening to, it'll get through. All right, but let's start first with my Aries. What's going on for this upcoming week? What can you tell me to tell all of my Aries for this upcoming week? Short and sweet messages for all of us. All right, first card out for you is the Nine of Wands to the Five of Coins to the Palace of Swords coming in reversed. Now, the Nine of Wands is an energy of you having, you know, really put a lot of effort, blood, sweat, tears in order to get something to manifest, you know, and here we are with the Five of Pentacles. I think you kind of wonder, is it ever going to happen? Well, here's the thing with the Nine of Wands, you know, the next card is that Ten of Wands, and yes, it has been an uphill battle, you know, but it is worth it, you know, when you finally reach that point, and you're finally home and you finally manifest it, you know, because here is the Palace of Swords coming in reversed. And if we turn it around, you know, a lot of times with this energy, this is a Cerro Marchetti deck, the Palace of Swords, you know, I feel as if, you know, it talks about like your ambition. All right, this is what you really want to achieve. You know, one day you want to live in a city, maybe, you know, somewhere else. But what you want to achieve here, you are so close to having that happen. All right, so don't get down and out if, you know, you feel as if, you know, I just keep doing this and I keep struggling. I keep trying to reach this point, this goal. I really, really want things to happen for me. Hang in there, all right, because you have come so far, Aries, that you are just about to reach that goal that you are after. So with the Palace of Swords, I mean, this is where you finally can like have that home that you've always wanted. A lot of times I feel like with the Palace of Swords, it's like maybe you always wanted to live in the city. Maybe you always wanted to have a palace. Maybe you always wanted to achieve something really, really great. You know, don't give up. You are so close to achieving that. And we're in harvest season, all right? So I feel like the energies are wanting us to just keep going. So I'm going to say that to all my Aries. Keep going, all right? You're almost there. So don't get down on yourself this week. Hi, Rena. Hi, Dark Horse. Welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a really great weekend. All right, let's move on to my Taurus. Let's see what's going on for all of my Taurus for this upcoming week. What message can you tell me to tell my Taurus? Grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. Let's see what's going on for my Taurus. One more shuffle, and then we'll see. I hope you guys are doing good. We got 6 people in the chat. Maybe we can get a little bit more in the chat. Bring some energy in. All right, listen, we got the Magician coming in reverse. We have the Page of Cups coming in reverse. And then we have the Temperance card. So there might be a situation you might be dealing with that, you know, I think you're really struggling to make it happen. All right, when we have the Page of Cups, this sometimes can be around a child, but it could be around something that you want to start, something you want to get going with. All right, when we have the Magician coming in reverse, sometimes we need to pull back. all right? Because this is a power of manifestation. This is saying we have everything we need in order to make something happen. But when it's upside down, we can't force things, all right? You know, we can't force a situation to happen. We can't force our kids to do something. You know, we have to gently kind of guide our way through. And here with Temperance, I feel as if this energy is around being patient, all right? If you do have kids, maybe you need to be a little patient this week with your kids. If there is a situation that you've been wanting to make happen, because a lot of times the Page of Cups can be a creative endeavor. This could be a project that you've been wanting to happen, and it just doesn't seem to be like flowing. The Magician reversed is saying, yes, because you're forcing it. So let's pull back, let's let go, and let's let magic make it happen, all right? So be patient this week, Taurus. Whatever it is that you are trying to make happen or grow or produce, you know, let's not force the issues, all right? This is one of these weeks where if you sit back, I think you're going to see that magic will happen on its own, and everything you need to have happen is going to happen, because that's what the Temperance card is all about. It's like, let's just kind of cool down, be patient, and let things just unfold, and you'll see it'll be all better. So I think that's what we've got for my Taurus. Hi, Jaja. Welcome in. Nice to see you. All right, let's see. What messages can you tell me to tell all of my Gemini for this week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Geminis. What can you tell me to tell my Geminis for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful to each one of you. Hi, Candy Apple. How are you? Nice to see you. A bright energy has just entered the chat room. Welcome in, you guys. It's nice to have you around. All right, let's see, Gemini. What can you tell me to tell my Geminis for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Geminis. All right, one more shuffle. We got to do one more shuffle, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for all of my Geminis. Lord Joseph, welcome in. All right, Gemini, we got the Justice card coming in. We have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Wheel of Fortune also coming in. The wheel has come in reversed, all right? So I feel as if, you know, there could be a legal situation that you are working on that you are really hoping, you know, is going to manifest possibly into a little bit of money. You know, I just don't feel like you're going to get what you want this week, all right? Especially with this Justice card. I mean, we were looking for something to kind of balance itself out. I mean, this is a wish that we really want to see have happen. But the fact that the wheel does come in reversed, I think we've got to pull back a little bit. I think we've got to stop and say, you know, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I mean, I think that would be a real good message for you guys to kind of heed this week, you know, and it's just like, if it works out, that's terrific. And if I don't get what I want, you know, that's going to be okay as well. So whatever a situation is that you are really hoping will balance out this week, you know, it may not go in the way that you want it to go, but I think it'll be okay. Now, I feel like I need to look at the bottom of the deck. Now, it's a King of Cups issue here, you know, so the King of Cups, you know, this could be around somebody that maybe you were hoping they would get a settlement or something that would work out with them. I mean, this is a sad energy. Maybe you're dealing with a father figure or somebody older who is really struggling. I think we just need to kind of let things kind of unfold as they need to come unfolded, and do what you can, you know, to just keep balance and fairness in all situations, especially when you're dealing with somebody who is emotionally struggling. I mean, the King of Cups struggles. I mean, when he's reversed like this, you know, he doesn't know how to handle his emotions. Maybe they're even a little immature. Possibly, you know, there's something, you know, like maybe they've got a little dementia going on. Like I said, I feel like it's an older energy. But whoever it is, you know, I just feel as if, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And as long as the situation remains fair and balanced, we can't ask for more than that. All right. Welcome in, you guys. How is everyone? Hi, Christian, Stephen, Amruta. Nice to see you. That dude, he's in the house. Grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. All right. Let's see. What will gain you help? Imaginary, but I don't know what this guy. Anyway, listen, that dude, you know, you can say whatever you want. Why don't you get your own channel? That'd be really good. And you can talk all about everything you want to. This is my channel, and I'm here, and we play nice in the sandbox, all right? So I'm just asking you to play nice in the sandbox, that dude. And, you know, you don't like what I do here? Scroll on. All right. All right. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Cancers. How is everyone? It's nice to see everybody coming in. Don't forget to hit that like button. Grateful, thankful for the messages for each and every one of us. All right, we are turning our attention to my Cancers. What can you tell me to tell my Cancers this week? Hi, Jess. Welcome in. Nice to see you guys. Stick around. When I'm done, I'm happy to pull cards for all of you. But for now, let's see what's going on for all of my Cancers for this upcoming week. What messages can you tell me to tell my Cancers? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Cancer. Oh, this card wants to stay out. We got the Wish card falling out of the deck. We like this. And then we have the Ten of Coins coming in reversed and the Knight of Swords. Listen, if you want something to happen, Cancer, this week, you have got to, you know, pursue it. All right, the Knight of Swords says don't sit back. You know, if you really want to go after some money, or maybe there's something that you want to, you know, kind of manifest. The Ten of Coins coming in reverse says, well, it's not going to happen if you don't make it happen. And if this is something you are really after with this Wish card, this is what fell out of the deck. I just feel like go for it, all right? Don't sit back and talk about it and think about it. You know, if you need this money, if you need this opportunity, whatever it is, you need to get off of your hind end and get going, all right? Because, you know, the Knight of Swords, you know, they go for it against all odds, right? And I feel like, you know, if you really want something this week, Cancer, you're going to have to really go for it, all right? Do not sit back, you know. Maybe not everybody will be happy with you, you know, in trying to move forward. Maybe that's why you're holding back. But I'm feeling like, Cancer, this is a wish that you really want to see happen. If you really want this money, if you really want this opportunity, go for it. All right, Cancer? Do not wait for it to land in your lap. You've got to go get it. All right? So whatever that means to some Cancer out there, I hope you do go get it. Hey, you guys. Hi, S.A. Welcome. Hi, Esil. I don't know if I said that right. Oh, I'm glad I've helped you. I really am, S.A. All right, let's see what's going on. Moving around the zodiac so that I can get to you guys in the chat, and then we'll pull some cards. But for now, I just want to keep moving on. I'm doing really well. I went away for this weekend. It was really stressful traveling, but when I wasn't traveling, I was actually doing what I was doing. It was really great, but boy, getting to places this weekend sure did test me. It sure did. Anyway, I was on planes, I was trains, I was in cars. I mean, I was on buses, I was on shuttles. Any way that you could probably move about, I was on them. All right, let's see what's going on with all of my, let's see, Leos. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Leo. What can you tell me to tell my Leos? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Leos for this upcoming week. What message do you have for me to tell all my Leos? Grateful, thankful for each and every one of you out there. All right, Leo, we've got the Queen of Coins coming in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the King of Swords also reversed. So I feel as if this is one of these weeks where somebody could really try to pop your bubble, all right? Because you're in this bubble, and there's all these swords that are trying to, like, penetrate it. You know, a lot of this can be our thoughts. This could be, you know, a lot of mental energy you are going through. I do feel like, you know, Leo, you are going to be challenged by somebody. You know, maybe they are challenging, you know, your thoughts, your opinions. The King of Swords, they can be a little bit mean, all right? So I just got to say this, Leo. I said, don't let anybody talk to you in a way that is degrading or trying to make you feel less than who you are, all right? Because I just feel like there is like this third-party energy or another person trying to, like I say, pop your bubble this week. Do not let them get to you, all right? Just absolutely not, you know? And if it reaches a point, you know, you have options, all right? You can go down another road. You don't need to do something that somebody wants you to do. You can do something else. So, you know, Leo, I just want to say this to you. Just please, honor yourself, all right? You have value, you have worth, and nobody, you know, should be talking down to you or trying to, you know, make you feel bad, all right? Or get into your head. Whatever you do, do not let people get into your head, all right? And just know that you have options and you have choices this week. All right, Leo? So that's a message for you. Could I be a Sagittarius? I am a Sagittarius rising. I am, you know, so I have a lot of Saggy in me. I do like to travel. I'm very opinionated. I can be very direct. I can be all that a Sagittarian is. Anyway, yeah, I do love my plants. I have plants in every room, all over the place. I have lots of plants. Anyway, grateful, thankful for you guys. Hi, Lainey. Welcome in. Nice to see each and every one of you. All right, let's see what's going on. Moving forward to my Virgos. What can you tell me to tell my Virgos? Grateful, thankful for the messages for each and every one of you guys. Stick around. I'll pull cards for you guys at the end of this, all right? All right, grateful, thankful to each and every one of my Virgos. We are reading for Virgo right now. What message do you have for Virgo for this upcoming week? What can you tell me to tell my Virgos? All right, this card wanted to stay out. It is the Justice card coming in reversed. To the 10 of Cups, to the 6 of Wands. All right, so listen, if something starts out in the week and it just feels like, you know, this is never going to work out, you need to hang in there because I feel like there's going to be a turnaround, all right? So if you start the week out and you're a little like upset, you know, that things don't seem like they're working for you, they're not really fair, oh my, you know, just a little bit of that being, you know, pitiful on, oh, poor me kind of thing. Just hang in there because I feel as if everything turns out really great. We have the 10 of Cups and we have the 6 of Wands, which is success, you know. So I think especially if it comes to a situation around your family, you know, and family could be a lot of things, you know. I just feel as if in the end it's going to work out. So I'm going to say this to you, Virgo, stay positive, all right? Don't get in that rut of like, oh gosh, here it goes. It's just gonna be bad. It's not, all right? I just feel like keep your head up, chin up, be positive, and I think there's going to be a really good outcome in a situation that you're not so sure about. I mean, this is true victory. Look at this guy. He is really happy. You know, you win in the end, all right? So that's what I feel for you, dear Virgos. Hi, baby girl. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you guys. All right, let's turn our attentions to my Libras. I'm moving through these messages pretty quickly. Yeah, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you're back in the chat. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Libras. Stick around, baby girl, because I will pull cards at the end of this, all right? Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Libras. What can you tell me to tell my Libras for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful for the messages. I think October is going to be a good month overall for all of us. We have to accept the changes, all right? If we can accept the changes that are in front of us, I think October is going to be a really good month. Harvest season, right? The leaves are changing, the weather is changing, we're putting on sweaters, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, let's lean into the comfort of the season. All right, let's see what's going on for my Libras. One more shuffle. We'll cut the deck and see what's coming through for my Libras. Messages for Libras. So we have the King of Cups coming in reverse to the Two of Coins reversed. Oh, I pulled an extra card here. So, you know, I feel as if there's a situation that you are dealing with within the family unit or on a social level. A lot of times the Three of Cups can be around a social situation. There could be somebody that you are dealing with that, you know, when you go out, they make a fool of themselves, all right? A lot of times the King of Cups, they can drink a lot, you know, so if you are going out with someone this week and this king is coming along, just know that it's going to be the same thing again, you know? If we're out at the bar and we're out having a good time, they're going to want to tie one on and make a fool of themselves. And, you know, here we do have the Two of Pentacles coming up. So you can't pretend anymore that this is working, all right? You're trying to make it work with someone. You're trying to make it work in this situation, but ultimately with this Nine of Coins, I think you're better off on your own. So if you were thinking about dealing with this person this week on some capacity, getting them out and about, you know, I just think that you know how they are when a person shows themselves. You got to believe it. And this king definitely has been showing themselves, and they're not going to change. And with this Two of Coins coming in reversed, you know, it's not going to be any different. So if you do decide that you do not want them to come along this week, or you don't want to deal with them this week, I really feel like, Libra, you are much better off on your own. All right, so don't be afraid to be on your own. All right, let's see what's going on for Scorpio. Yeah, baby girl, we'll pull a card for you when we get done. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Scorpio. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Scorpios. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Makes a difference to my channel. Hi, Ricky. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's nice to see everyone. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Scorpios. Now, somebody is a Scorpio in the chat. Oh, Lainey's a Scorpio. Let's see what's coming through. What messages can you tell me to tell all of my Scorpios for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on with you? Oh, didn't want to cut. All right, let's see. We got the Temperance card reversed, and we have the Seven of Cups to the Five of Cups. All right, there's a situation you are dealing with. Listen, let it go. All right, Temperance card coming in reverse. It's not working. It's not going to work. Why do you want to keep hanging on to something that is keeping you down and out? I mean, the Five of Cups, this is a very depressed kind of energy. All right, but it is reversed. And then we have the Seven of Cups. You have choices. You have options. All right, and a lot of times we're in this funk and we don't know what to do. You know, we're hanging on to something here with this Temperance card. We're wanting things to work and it's not working. All right, so if something that you are wanting to have happen, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a project, something you've been trying to manifest, listen, let it go. Let's cut our losses and move on, because, you know, you're the only one that's struggling with it. And with this Five of Cups coming in reverse, I feel as if things start to lighten up as the week goes on. All right. And you start to see that you do have a lot of choices. You do have a lot of options. I always like to say with the Seven of Cups that we have all of these cups. What is it that you really want? Let's just focus on one cup rather than all seven of them. Let's just kind of pick something that we want to see happen and turn our lives around, starting with that first step. You know, that first step is always the hardest one, Scorpio. And I just feel like this week, you know, we just need to ground into one thing. We don't have to do everything all at once. We can do one thing at a time. We've got time on our hands, you know, it's okay. You know, nothing has to be done right now. But I do feel as if, you know, there is something you've been hanging on to that you have got to let go of, because it's just not working. And when we try to hang on to things that don't work for us, you know, we're the only ones that are struggling here. You know, everybody else has moved on. Everything else is already in motion and we're stuck. And I want you to get unstuck this week. All right, Scorpio. So whatever it is, I feel by the end of the week, you will start to see that there is a glimmer of hope and there is direction in your life. And, you know, just pull down that one cup and let's just work on that one at a time. And you know, when we're in a funk like this, I always like you to pick the cup that says love. All right, because if you can start to take care of yourself and do good things for yourself and you feel good about yourself, that's when everything starts to change. All right, so it starts with you. So if you're really confused, pick that cup of love and start taking care of yourself and give yourself a little love this week. Hi, Shivanji. Welcome in. Betty Boop's in the house. Welcome, Betty. Welcome in. All right, moving on to my Sagittarians. What can you tell me to tell my Saggies? Grateful, thankful for the messages for all my Sagittarians. What can you tell me to tell my Sagittarians for this upcoming week? What messages do you have for my Saggies? Grateful, thankful for the messages always. All right, Sagittarians, we're starting out with the Nine of Coins coming in reverse to the King of Coins. to the King of Swords. Listen, when it comes to money, maybe this isn't a week to like make big purchases, all right? Because I'm getting impulse shopping, right? So keep your hands in your pockets, Saggies. You don't need to go buy the coffee. No, you don't. Just go home, make yourself a pot. It's one of these things. Let's start looking at our money a little bit closer to see how can we, save something, budget our monies in some way. We do have the King of Coins and we have the King of Swords showing up. So I feel like there's a very masculine energy around you this week, and with this masculine energy, it could be around work. The King of Cups a lot of times is around work. Maybe you're not in a job that, pays the money that you really want, and you would like to have some more money. Why not ask for a raise? Why not say, can we just talk about it? And I feel as if it will be heard, all right? Especially with this King of Swords energy, this energy is very focused, listening to what it is. And listen, if you've worked for a company for a while and, it just seems as if, you do a lot of work and, it's time, maybe, you need to have an evaluation of some sort. Why not reach out and say, it'd be really great if, I could get a little raise or, is there a bonus or a promotion or something else that I could do in order to make some money so that you don't feel so unstable and you don't have to watch that money so much. All right. But I do feel as if there's a lot of strong energies around you when it comes to making some changes with your budget, making some changes with how you make money so that, you're a little bit more independent and a little bit more secure. So take a look at that, Sagittarius. Don't be afraid to look at the bank account and all your expenditures and kind of say, oh, maybe I can cut this out. Just a little here, a little there. Boy, sometimes it adds up. All right, so that's what I feel like your message is, Sagittarius. Hi, Adithaya. Is that how we say it? I don't know. But welcome in. Hi, Eric. Nice to see you. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am on Capricorn. What message can you tell me to tell all of my Capricorn? And I have this fly flying around. So if you see me just swat in the air, it's because there's a fly. Don't want to eat it, but it's like getting real close and in my way. So I'm trying to focus around a fly. All right, Capricorn, what can you tell me to tell my Capricorns? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Capricorns for this upcoming week. See, there it is, right in my face. Grateful, thankful to all of my Capricorns. What message can you tell me to tell my Capricorns? All right, Capricorn, let's see. First card out for you is the Knight of Wands to the Eight of Swords reversed to the Queen of Swords. Go, if you want to go somewhere, go, all right? Don't be afraid, all right? Because this is an energy that says, I want to go do this. I want to go do that. I want to go explore possibilities. I want to go do things. And I just feel as if, this could even be you, this Queen of Swords. It's like, well, I don't know if I can, because you're in your head. Let's get out of our head. Let's go explore new options. If there's a situation that you feel really stuck around, you don't know how you're going to handle it. A lot of times this Eight of Swords says, well, rather than stress about it, let's kind of forget about all of this and go in another direction. The Queen of Swords is very serious, all right? And the Knight of Wands is not serious at all. And I just feel like some of you Capricorns need to balance this week, all right? Life is short. And, so don't be serious all the time. Sometimes it's okay to take the day off. Sometimes it's okay to do something that you don't ever do. Step into another character for a moment. Don't be afraid, if you want to go do something that, you're held or tied, to your job, to the responsibilities. Because, Capricorn, you're a workhorse, all right? So, why not let go a little bit and not feel bad or guilty that you took the day off? Because that's what I'm also feeling. It's just like, I don't know if I can really take the day off. I have so much I have to do. Sometimes to take space and to do something different actually helps your work. All right. So this week, I just want to tell all my Capricorns, don't be afraid to get out there and do something different this week. All right. And don't be afraid to take the day off if you feel like you really need a day off. All right. The house is not going to burn. The business isn't going to, go to pot because you're not around. All right. Listen, the world will keep going even if you take a day off this week. So Capricorn, enjoy yourself a little, all right? Don't be so serious. All right, moving on to my Aquarians. We're almost finished. I'm going to do Aquarius and then Pisces, and then I'm going to turn my attention to the chat and pull cards for you guys. So, yeah, we're almost there. Let's see what's going on for all of my Aquarians. What message can you tell me to tell my Aquarians? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Aquarians. I happen to be an Aquarian moon, so all my emotions kind of go into what it is I do from an Aquarian point of view. You know, which is why I really enjoy coming on here and doing live, you know, because emotionally this really makes me feel good, right? All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Aquarians. All right, my Aquarians. The thing about an Aquarian is that everybody's their friend. You know, Aquarians love the eclectic. They like people that are different. I sure do anyway. I really enjoy humanity. You know, we are humanitarians by nature. But let's see what's going on for my Aquarians. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Aquarius for this week. All right, we got the King of Coins coming in reverse to the Nine of Cups to the Star card. All right, King of Coins energy. All right, this is, you know, being a little shrewd, wanting it all. I need it now. I need to have this done. And then we have the Nine of Cups, you know. So, you know, the energy between these two cards coming up reversed. I'm like, you know, you got to pull back a little bit, Aquarius, and just let things be, all right? Because if we try to force something, I just feel as if you're going to lose some money. You're going to lose in the end, all right? So with the King of Pentacles coming in reverse, this is somebody, you know, who is a little greedy, a little shrewd, you know, they want things their way, you know, and they want to come out ahead. And then we have the Nine of Cups coming in reverse. That's not going to work for you this week, all right? This is one of these things, better to go slow, be patient. The way everything is going to happen the way you want it. Do not force things, all right? Especially with the Star card coming in as a final outcome, all right? You know, we don't have to push things to happen. You know, if we just kind of sit back, everything is going to work itself out this week, all right? So I really feel like that's the message for my Aquarians. It's just like we don't need to force anything that we really want to have happen this week. What we want to have happen, it's going to work out because the Star card is going to make that happen. All right, so let's not force anything or anyone to do things in order, you know, to get more money or to get more whatever, you know, because that King of Pentacles is a me type of energy. So let's just kind of let go of the me, and just trust that it's going to be okay and it's going to work out for me if I just let go. All right, so that is the message I have. Yeah, Palace of Coins is the final outcome. I love that, you know, because this is you being able to have everything that you really want in the end. And with that Star card there, there's a lot of hope. So let's just let go and trust the universe is going to provide, and it will. All right, last but not least, I've got my Pisces. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my fishies out there. What can you tell me to tell my Pisces? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Pisces. Hey, yo. Welcome in. Nice to see you guys. Hi, Eric. I'm good, Dark Horse. I'm really, really good. All right, grateful, thankful to my Pisces. What can you tell me to tell my Pisces? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Pisces. Atashin, welcome in. All right, Pisces, this message is for you. And we are starting out with the Justice card to the Hanged Man reverse to the Judgment card. So some of you guys might be doing there could be a legal situation that's pending right now. The Justice card can talk about that, also with the Judgment card. You know, but I think you're a little confused as to how things might work out this week. All right, with the Judgment card, I think you're going to have an awakening. All right, there's going to be this aha moment that I feel like is going to hit you in relation to a situation that, you know, needs to shift and needs to change. Now, the Hanged Man coming in reverse, this says, you know, I'm pretty confused. I don't know if things are really going to turn out the way I need them to turn out. But the fact that we have the Judgment card as a final outcome, you know, this is a true awakening. This is a very bright energy here. So, you know, I'm just feeling like, you know, this is one of those things that we need to have, you know, a little faith in, all right? So if it is a legal matter and you're not really sure how things are going to go, just sit back and just see see what comes up, because I feel like you're so close to solving a situation or a problem. But, you know, you've got to get out of this sense of confusion. And you know, it's one of these things. Let's just like not go there. All right. Let's let it play out. All right, and not worry too much, because I think you're going to get, like I said, this realization, this awakening of like, oh, now I see where this is going. And in doing that, you will gain the clarity and the perspective that you need in order to bring something, what I feel, to an end. All right, Pisces, so that's what I've got for you. Grateful, thankful for the messages always for each and every one of you. But now I'm going to turn my attention to you guys. All right, we are going to clear the energies, burn a little bit of cedar, and see what's going on for you guys, and check in and see who wants a reading out there. We've got a few people in there. All right, Monica. And Candy Apple. All right, let's see, what deck am I going to use? What deck? We're going to pull my spellcasters out and see what's going on for you guys. We're going to start with Monica. Let's see, Monica wants to know what's going on in her career this week. Boy, we've had a lot of double numbers. I've seen 11, 11, 12, 12, and now 13, 13. This is really, really great. So listen, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always, for each and every one of you guys out there. All right, Monica, we are looking at your career. What's coming up in your career? Like, look what's flipped over. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So when it comes to your career, I feel as if it's going to go good. All right, the Queen of Pentacles says, you know, everything I want is in order. You know, she's practical, she's stable, she's reliable, she's very grounded in her work, you know. So I feel like the energies around your career, they're leading you in a good path, you know, because the Queen of Pentacles, you know, as an older person, she's very secure, she's very solid. She's got this money in the chest, and, you know, the dog's relaxed, everybody's relaxed. So I think your career path is on par right now. I don't know whether you're dealing with somebody who's really, really serious, but, you know, I feel as if this guy keeps you in line, right? And when we have the King of Swords coming in, keeping you in line, you know, it is going to pay off for you, all right? So I feel like the energies around your career are very, very solid and grounded. So that's good, Monica. All right, let's see. Candy Apple, what's going to happen for you in October? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Candy Apple out there. What can you tell me to tell my Candy Apple? Grateful, thankful for the messages. What's going to happen for Candy Apple? Let's pull 3 cards for you, all right, Candy? You're searching for a new job? Well, that Queen of Pentacles really brings in a lot of positivity. So I'm going to guess that the next job that you get, Monica, will be a really good job for you. So hang in there, all right? That Queen promises success in your older age. So something good is going to come your way. Hi, lovely. All right, Candy, we're looking at your October. October, man, that's this week, October 1st. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Candy Apple. All right, October, we got the Emperor reverse, we have the Death card, and we have the Knight of Wands. So listen, I feel as if you're going to bring something, a situation to an end, Candy, all right? Because the Emperor is so hard, all right? I mean, this could be a father figure. This could be somebody in authority. You know, I feel like it's somebody that you are dealing with who likes to control you a bit more than you like to be controlled. Let him go, all right? The Death card says, this is not working for me. And by the end of the month, I see you actually having a good time, traveling, visiting, doing things that make you feel good, and people are going to like it when you show up, because this Knight of Wands, when they show up, they're the life of the party. All right, so I do feel like there's going to be a big ending that happens this month for you, Candy. And in this ending, you know, it's going to free you up to be able to move about. It's like, you know what they say in the cabin, you know, when you take your seatbelt off, you are free to move about in the cabin now. I feel like that's going to happen by the end of the month. You know, life is going to open up for you, but don't be afraid to bring a situation to an end this month, especially if it's been really, really difficult and somebody's been very difficult with you, all right? So that's what I've got for you, Candy, for this month. Hi, Doris. Welcome in. All right, let's look at the week ahead. Let's see. Was there somebody in front of you? Let's see. Hey, Lord Joseph, thanks for the 20 spot. Grateful for you. All right, let's see. Really appreciate it, Lord Joseph. If you want a reading, happy to pull one for you. All right, let's see. LG, let's look at you first, and then we'll go to Doris. All right, LG, will you get new job in October? Still no luck. Like I said, I feel like October is going to be a good month for us. You know what I mean? It's harvest season, you know, so this could be one of these months where we finally get a sense of relief. But let's see, LG. Will you get a new job in October? Grateful, thankful for the messages for LG. I do see a new job. All right, keep going. All right, I feel like stay firm in what it is you are after, because the Queen of Swords is very clear, very direct. You know what you want, go get it. All right, and I do feel as if you are going to get a job in October. Four of Pentacles, don't be afraid to cast your net out a little bit farther than your comfort zone, all right? Because the Four of Pentacles says, oh, I want to stay really close because I'm afraid to go here. I'm afraid to spend money. I'm afraid to do this. But here with this Four of Pentacles, I just feel as if, you know, you cast your net out a little bit further and you're very, very focused. You know what it is you're after and you know what you want. Go get it. And I really feel like this October, you are going to get it, LG, all right? All right, Doris, let's see what's going on for you, Doris. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Doris. Doris, hello, wondering how the week looks like. What does the week look like for Doris? Just for Doris. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Doris. What can you tell me to tell Doris? Grateful, thankful for you, Doris. Let's see, what is going on for Doris? All right, we've got the Five of Pentacles coming in reversed. I like it, Doris, because I feel as if you've been in a place where you haven't had what you need. You've been feeling a little alone, a little depressed. I just feel like things are going to start to change for you this week. And then we have the Ten of Cups. You know, maybe you feel like some people have turned their back on you or they're just not there for you. I just feel as if, you know, your attitude is going to change everything. All right, because this Five of Pentacles says, I am no longer going to feel like the outcast. I am no longer going to feel like I'm all by myself. But, you know, don't be afraid to put yourself out there in that capacity. Now, I do see the Knight of Pentacles coming in reversed here. You know, this is one of these weeks, Doris, where you may not want to work. You may not want to do the grunt work because the Knight of Pentacles has to do the grunt work in order to have the success. So do what you got to do. Pull yourself out of the chair and say, no, even though I don't want to do this, I am going to do it. And I think that's what's going to help you feel a lot better about yourself. But I do like that the Five of Pentacles starts this week for you because, Doris, I feel as if, you know, you're done being in a funk and you're ready to turn your life around. And it's going to require you to get up and go get it. All right. So don't be afraid, you know, to go after what it is you want. All right. But you got to get up and you got to do it. All right. You can't wait for things to wait for you. You've got to go after it is what I keep getting. Go after it, Doris. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Action, a general message for you. Love, career, life in general. What can you tell me to tell Atashin? I think that's how we say it. Grateful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Or you can leave me a little super chat like Lord Joseph did. Really grateful for that, Lord Joseph. You always support me, and I really appreciate that. I really, really do. All right. Grateful for Atashin. What message can you tell me to tell Atashin? Grateful, thankful for their energy and the message that's coming through for them. What can you tell me to tell Atashin? All right, listen, we got the King of Swords coming in to the Ace of Wands reversed to the Two of Swords. Don't let somebody confuse you, all right? This guy is very stiff, all right? Very, very, you know, focused, very, very direct. Sometimes, you know, a little cold kind of thing. But I feel like they're very loyal. But, you know, if you're not feeling them on a passionate level, if you're involved with someone like this romantically, because we do have the Ace of Wands coming in reversed, And we have you in the Two of Swords energy also reversed. And you're a little confused. You know, don't be afraid to make a decision. Say, you know, I don't want this. I don't really want this kind of energy. I want somebody who's a little bit more warm and fuzzy. You know, don't be afraid to tell them that either. You know, because I feel like with the Two of Swords, you've been holding back on a direction that you really want to go in because of the loyalty you might have to this person. But if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And you're sitting on the fence and, you know, you're going to be confused until you finally make a decision. But I think, you know, the decision is clear what it is that you want. And whatever direction you go in, I think they're going to follow. All right. So don't be afraid. They might say things and they may say that they're not going to go along. And if you do this, I'm not going to do this. You know, I don't believe it, you know, because I feel as if you make a clear decision and they are going to back you up. All right. So whatever that means for you, Addison, I hope that makes some sense. All right. Let's see who's next. Monica. We have another Monica. Oh, no. Monica, is that you? You're searching for a new job. Lovely. Let's see, can you see any unsuspected news coming in for you, good or bad? All right, what kind of news is Lovely going to receive? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Lovely. What can you tell me to tell Lovely? Looking for any kind of news, good or bad. What kind of news is coming towards Lovely? 1111. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Lovely. All right, we got the Nine of Pentacles. I like that, you know, so that tells me there's a real sense of independence that's coming through. But I also feel like you're going to see a mask through someone. You know, maybe there's a mask that you've had on, but I feel like the mask is finally going to be clear that, oh, something is hidden. Somebody is hiding. Somebody is not telling me the truth. You know, and it could be a King of Cups. It could be somebody you're dealing with. You know, but I feel as if you finally see them very clearly this week. And then in so doing, I mean, you really put yourself in a position of just being able to stand on your own, especially in regards to a king. You know, this king, he's very, you know, he's very kind. He's very loving. He's everything else. But I feel like this king is wearing a mask and you see it this week. So that's the message I have. Yeah, we have the Justice card coming in. I think things become very clear between you and this King of Cups this week. But I like that you stand on your own and you stand very independent from him. So that's what I've got for you. All right. All right, Lovely. All right, let's see who else is out there. Danish. What's coming on your way in your career? Danish, but let's see what's going on. Grateful, thankful for the messages. Did I read for you, baby girl? I don't remember. Remind me. Because there's all kinds of messages. But let's see what's going on. Oh, see, baby girl, I thought I didn't read for you. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's pull cards for you right now, baby girl. What's your message? All right. See, sometimes you need to remind me because I get thrown off because there's all these messages that scroll up and I'm reading and more messages are coming through and then I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what I just did. All right, baby girl, let's pull some cards for you. Grateful, thankful for my new friend, baby girl. It's been a while since she's been in the chat. Nice to see her back again. What can you tell me to tell baby girl? Grateful, thankful for the messages for baby girl. All right, let's see what's going on, baby girl. All right, I'll get you Danish next. All right, listen, baby girl, we got the Wheel of Fortune coming in reverse to the Lover's card. If you have been sitting on the fence around somebody, all right, I feel as if, you know, you've been trying to make it work with someone. It's not working, all right? And the more you try, the more you're going to realize that you just can't keep it going. So if you have been sitting on the fence about what to do around someone, you need to choose what's best for you here with this page of, with this Two of Pentacles, all right? Because, you know, you're juggling a situation with someone, because here we have the Lover's card coming in reverse, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, when it gets to the point where you just can't make it work, and you're the one that now is exhausted trying to keep things going, you got to make a decision here, all right, baby girl? Oh, you left for good? Oh, good. Let's see what's next. Six of Wands. I don't feel like it's over, though. I don't feel like it's over. I have a feeling that they're watching you, all right? So just know that on the flip side, you may be done, but they are not. All right, baby girl. All right, Danish, let's go back to you. All right, Danish, what was your question? Did you have a question? Danish, let me go back. Hold on, back up. What's coming your way for your career? All right, Danish, let's find out. Grateful, thankful for you, for your patience, for waiting. Let's find out what's going on for Danish. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the chat, go back upwards, because I'm already lost. All right. All right, Danish, let's find out what's going on with your career. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Danish. What can you tell me to tell Janus? Oh, good, baby girl. Put yourself first. I mean, really, you know, you got to put yourself first. All right, Danish, this message is for you. All right, Danish, we got the Lovers card coming in reversed. And then we have the Moon card. All right, you know, like, I think, like, intuitively, on some level, you know that something's not working out. Especially when it comes to your career. We're looking at a career read. And the Moon card is saying, you know, there's another direction you want to go in, all right? There's a path, but we got a block here. And I think the block is you sitting on the fence, not knowing what you really need to do, but you do know what you need to do. Because intuitively, that Moon card is like, you know, I got to do this and I need to go in another direction and I need to let go of this partnership because it's blocking me and I want to go down this other path. So go down it, Danish. You know, here's the Four of Wands. I mean, I know there's a really big bond that you have with someone or a great bond, but I feel like there's another bond that you really want to connect to. So whatever it is, if it's not working and you feel really, really connected, but it's not the right connection, do not be afraid to let it go, because this Moon card says, I don't want to be blocked anymore. You know, I don't want to hold back. I mean, this could also be somebody that you really want to connect with and you're not connecting with for fear. Then go in that direction. Don't let the block hold you back, because these feelings that you are feeling are very real. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Danish. And if there is a partnership you want to go down, you know, like maybe I'd do really well if I worked with this person, you know, follow that intuition, all right? Because, you know, if not, you know, you trip over yourself and you're like, I should have listened to myself. So that's what I got for you, Danish. All right, let's see who's next. Young Meek. I was wondering, what do you see for you in your love life? All right, let's find out, Young Meek. What do I see for you in your love life? Oh, good, Danish. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for Young Meek, wanting to know about the love life. What can you tell me to tell Young Meek? Grateful, thankful. Hi, Emilio. Oh, look what's up here, you know. So I feel like, you know, that Moon card, don't be afraid to come out of your shell. If there is somebody who you are interested in when it comes to your love life and you want to open up communication, all right? Don't let it hold you back. You know, I feel like you're being called to say something to someone, you know, but you have a fear of how they might respond. But I'm feeling with this Eight of Wands, if you open up and not hold back, you know, with whatever it is, this communication that you want to say, it's going to turn out okay, all right? And if anything, I think it's going to lead to a lot more communication. So if there is this need for you to get yourself out there, talk to somebody, to not be afraid and don't hold back, all right, Meek? That's what I've got for you. All right? Let's see. Hi, Shivanji. What will happen next between you and Pradnam? Will he make a big effort to see you? Oh, see, you've had no contact here, Shivanji. So let's see what's going on. And then I will read for someone else, maybe Tammy. All right, Shivanji, let's see what's going on with you. And what are his feelings after no contact with you? You've got to let this guy go, Shivanji. Listen, you know, I feel like they're moving on, all right? We have the Eight of Cups coming. They've made their decision, you know, and you remain, you know, waiting and guarded, and I feel like it's time for you to let them go, all right? Because I've seen this question come up from you before, and I just feel as if they don't really have the feelings that you have for them. All right, so there's been no contact for a few days, maybe a week now. Let it go, Shivanji, because I think they have moved on. And look, the Magician here is staying out. It's reversed. They're not going to change. You know, it is what it is, and you need to move on. Oh, that's really great, Emilio. All right, let's see, Tammy. I was going to read for you, and then I'll read for Emilio. All right. What were the two people J and C doing in my hallway this morning? Uh-oh. All right, now we're all invested. We need to know what these two people were doing in Tammy's hallway this morning. What can you tell me to tell these two people? What were these two people doing in the hallway this morning? Let's see, what's going on? Grateful, thankful for the messages. For Tammy, wants to know what the two people, J and C, doing in the hallway this morning. What were they doing? All right, Tammy, this one's for you. 3 of Wands. Well, it wasn't good, you know, whatever it was. I think there was a situation that the two of them are dealing with each other that I feel like it's not working. And, you know, the 3 of Wands is one of these about, like, moving forward. And the fact that it comes up with the Justice card reversed, I feel as if somebody is not going to, like, continue to go on with this. And the other person feels as if, well, that's not fair. We need to keep trying. I mean, I'm just feeling like the whole conversation that they had was about, you know, this future thing or whatever that they had. And I'm just feeling like there was this argument about, like, it's not fair. This is not fair. You know, it's what I got. You know, and this should work better. We should be able to move forward. So I feel as if there was an argument that was going on. Somebody feeling like it just is not fair. This isn't right. Oh, we got heartbreak going on here too at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I feel like somebody wants to move on from a situation. Anyway, that's what I got, Tammy. All right, let's see. Who else? Oh, Emilio. Let's go back to Emilio. How is your day going to be today? All right, Emilio, let's find out. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Emilio. I don't know where you are, but it's already noon where I'm at. So let's see what's going on. How is Emilio's day going to be today? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Emilio. What can you tell me to tell Emilio? All right. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Emilio. Your day today. King of Cups. Listen, emotionally, you could have a tough day, all right? We've got the King of Cups coming in reverse. Don't find solace in drinking or other things, you know, in order to handle your emotions. But I feel like today, emotionally, you could be struggling with some kind of pain, some hurt that you've been dealing with, feeling a little stuck. I mean, when I see the King of Cups come up reverse, it's really sad. And I don't know whether you're in a place where, you know, you feel really hurt and you don't know what to do. And, you know, there's just a heaviness and a sadness, Emilio, that I'm feeling with you. So, you know, with the 4 of Swords, you know, see what you can do to rest and recover in a good way, in a healthy way, rather than find, you know, ways to deal with it that wouldn't be so positive for you. All right. But I'm sensing that, you know, something has affected you in a way that has really hurt you. And you've just got to let it process. All right. So take care of yourself. Maybe something didn't get off to a good start or a situation isn't going to happen. Don't let it be your downfall. All right. Get a hold of your emotions, ground into yourself, and do good things for yourself today. All right, that's what I've got for you, Emilio. All right, let's see, who else? Professor T, you're a beautiful soul. Remember that. Yeah, what Professor T said. Yeah, take good care of yourself, Emilio. All right. Let's see what's going on. No one. Will I be able to return to nursing? Let's find out. No one. Grateful, thankful for the messages for no one. And then I'll read for you, Professor T, because you gave some good advice to Emilio. All right. Will you be able to return to nursing? Grateful, thankful. That's my question, Candy. You know, why I don't see you returning. Why don't you want to return? I mean, if you really wanted to go back to nursing, you could, but there's a part of you that doesn't feel like you could do it. Is there something that happened while you were, you know, in nursing that kind of shut you down? I mean, it's a tough profession. you know, honestly, because people don't understand the responsibility, you know, that happens as a nurse, you know, but I don't see you going back to nursing. Let's see, get another card. But I see you teaching something, you know, so, you know, you may not go back to nursing, but you may teach in the medical profession. You know, you might be a little bit more comfortable. Maybe there's just some insecurity about doing the actual nursing work, that, you know, you're a little gun shy now to continue. But I do see, look, this person, he's teaching, you know, so I do see you moving more in that direction. All right, no one? So that's what I've got for you. Now, Professor T, you want a reading? All right, we're not going to wait for everyone else. We're going to do a reading for you right now, Professor T. Grateful, thankful for the messages for you. Let's see what comes through for Professor T. Grateful, thankful for Professor T and good advice. All right, listen, Professor T, we've got the King of Swords coming in reverse to the Judgment card. Listen, if you've been dealing with a situation that has left you really angry, really upset, you know, maybe not knowing what to do, I feel like you have an awakening over it. And in regards to that, you know, I just feel like, you know, you need to kind of open up a little bit, all right? Because the King of Swords can be a little narrow-minded. All right. And in a situation, sometimes when we get into a situation, you know, we're so involved that we don't see a bigger picture. And I feel like there is this awakening or a realization that, you know, if you open up a little bit more, there will be more of a success. But again, I almost feel like you're holding back. And in holding back, I get the sense of you stewing in this energy, you know, so I think it's time for you to kind of open up, you know, and try to see, you know, you'll see things a little bit differently. So allow yourself to open up. I can't say that enough to you. All right, Professor T. You know, because the King of Swords, I mean, this is very narrow, like I said, narrow-minded, you know, and so doing, you know, you can come off a little cold, or maybe this is somebody who's coming off a little cold to you, you know, but you are going to have this realization over the situation. And in doing that, you're going to be able to like really handle whatever it is that's going on with you. All right, listen, I want to go to my good friend here, Lord Joseph. Because Lord Joseph needs to know whether or not he should continue dealing with this energy with this person named Alex. Should Lord Joseph give up on his friend Alex? What can you tell me to tell Lord Joseph? Upright for yes, reverse for no. That card wanted to come out, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. Let's see. Should Lord Joseph give up on his friend Alex? Yes or no? Upright for yes, reverse for no. You're welcome, Professor T. All right, Lord Joseph, let's see. This reading's for you. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Should you give up or continue to hang in there with Alex? Look, I feel like there's a real block, all right? So no, I don't feel like you should continue to deal with Alex because, you know, this is a block right now. It's holding you up. It's a distraction. I got to pull another card. The World card. You know, I don't see it coming to an end, but right now there's a big block. So I would say pull back, honestly. Three of Swords coming in reversed. Because I feel as if there's this forced energy that wants to happen. When we have the Chariot coming in reversed, you know, there's almost like, I don't know what to do, but I can't move forward with them, but I don't want to let go of them either. So I feel as if you do nothing right now, you know, there will be a better healing, a better solution, all right? Don't close the door, but don't keep it open either. Does that make any sense, Lord Joseph? I want to see what's at the bottom of the deck. Nine of Cups. I don't see things working out, but I wouldn't put any more energy into Alex. I would just kind of see how it unfolds on its own, all right? Because I just don't see with this card here it working if you try to pursue it or you try it. But, you know, you've put a lot of energy into it already, but let it go at this point. All right, Lord Joseph? That's what I've got for you. All right, let's see. Who's next? Amruta. All right, let's see, Amruta. Any guidance for the next 2-3 weeks? What can you tell me to tell Amruta? You've been feeling that? Yeah, I mean, things are, let them end on their own, you know, but I think it's time to let go, really. Sometimes it's hard. The best thing we can do sometimes for people is to not help. I mean, honestly, you know, seriously, you know, because then people start to stand on their own. And then when they start to stand on your own, you actually did something better for them. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Lord Joseph. All right, let's see. Amruta, guidance for the next 2-3 weeks. What can I tell? What can the messages tell me to tell you? Grateful, thankful for Amruta. Next 2 to 3 weeks. 6 of Pentacles coming in reverse to the 3 of Pentacles. To the Ace of Cups. All right, you know, something doesn't seem fair. Maybe it's around work or money. These are a lot of coins here we have. You know, but when we have the 6 of Pentacles coming in reverse, it's almost like, are you doing all the work and you're not getting credit for it and you're not feeling good about it anymore? Because I get a sense of like, you know, you used to love what you do until all of a sudden it became something else. You know, so I just feel an imbalance because the 6 of Pentacles is about an even give and take. And I feel like that's not happening in a situation. And then we have this Ace of Cups coming in reversed. It doesn't make you feel good. You know, that this is not fair. And here's the 8 of Wands coming in, like a shutdown of energy will start to happen. So before things shut down, maybe you need to say something, you know, because once we start to shut down, and like I said, it's like not wanting to go out there and do something, you know, and so then, you know, it's like you pull back and before you know it, you know, you're not the same person and you're not happy with how things are going. Let's see, one more card, Fool card, you know. So don't start anything new in this situation because until you deal with what's going on, all right? Especially if you feel like you're not being treated fairly. All right, Amruta? That's what I got for you. All right, let's see. Who else is out there? Goldilocks. You were wondering, what do I see for you? Let's find out what's coming up for Goldilocks. Grateful, thankful for the messages. For Goldilocks. Ezekiel, me. I'll get you next, all right, Ezekiel? All right, what can you tell me to tell Goldilocks? What do we see coming towards Goldilocks? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Goldilocks. All right, Goldie, here comes. We have, 2 cards, the Emperor and the Justice card. You know, there could be something, all right? The Emperor can represent, you know, an authority figure. It could be your father. It could be somebody that you work with, somebody in charge. And then we also have the Justice card. I got to pull one more card, see what this is about. 4 of Cups. All right, you got to make some decisions about what you really want moving forward because here with this Justice card, it's like you want things to be more balanced and in harmony between you and what I feel is, you know, this person that you are dealing with, this Emperor, or this could just be you. But the 4 of Cups has you sitting here really contemplating, you know, what it is you really want around this person. You know, because you want things to be good. You want them to, I mean, this is the card of Libra. We're in Libra season, right? You want things to feel good, you know, and you want to feel good. 9 of Cups coming in here reversed, you know, and I just feel as if, you know, you don't always feel like this person is on the same page with you. So whatever it is that you are after, you know, as long as it brings peace, joy, harmony, beauty, you feel good, then you know you're doing the right thing when it comes to this person and your decision as to whether or not you want to continue with them. But with this 9 of Cups, you know, maybe there's a selfishness that is showing up around them, or maybe, you know, you're feeling like if you start to want more of what you want, you're coming off as being selfish. And I think you're looking at all of that, you know, but what I feel is really important here is to focus on, you know, what is it that you really want from this person or this situation? Because you want things to be really, really balanced. And right now, I think, you know, that's where you're kind of struggling. Does it feel good? Do I really like it? That kind of energy. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. All right, let's see, Ezekiel. Will you get more child custody, and who will keep putting shade on my name and family? Oh, somebody's giving shit to your name? Oh, my goodness. All always wanted to see me not succeed. All right, well, let's first start with whether or not you will get more child custody and who will keep putting shade on your name. I'm going to guess that you're right if it's the mom, you know, somebody's trying to hold you back. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Ezekiel. What can you tell me to tell Ezekiel? Oh, Selma Witt, I'm not passing you by because I'm not seeing you. I'm just kind of like focusing in. But put your question in and I'll read you next. All right. I don't try to pass anybody over. It's just there's quite a few of you guys asking questions and doing the best I can over here. Will I get more child custody? And who keeps putting shade on your name and family? What can you tell me to tell Ezekiel? All right. No, I don't feel like you're going to get more child custody. All right, and Two of Wands coming in. You know, it's one of those things. I feel as if, you know, there is a block, there is a hold, there is something that is not going to allow you to move forward. Because I just don't feel like they want you to. They don't want you to have more time. They don't want you to have what you want, you know. It's like they want you to suffer. Is it the mom? You know, Six of Wands coming in reversed. Yeah, I'm just feeling like, you know, they are doing everything they can to keep you down. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, Page of Wands coming in reversed. Yeah, they don't want you to have more money. They don't want you to have more time. Oh, there she is. There it is. There's a female, you know, that, you know, they think that they've got all the control. So, yeah, they don't want you to have any more time, success, or anything else. And the Five of Swords also coming in. I feel like if you really want it, you've got to fight for it. You know, because the Five of Swords is about like standing up for what you want, regardless of how other people feel. But yeah, somebody is trying to keep you suppressed, for sure, for sure. And I do feel like it is a female that is doing that, Ezekiel. All right, Salama Witt. Your contract ends in a month's time. Do you get a job? Let's find out. A break for yes, reverse for no, Salama. Let's find out. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Does she get a job? Grateful, thankful. Do they get a job? Upright for yes, reversed for no. What can you tell me to tell Salamawit? The contract ends. So look, you know, I feel as if you are going to get a job. And I think, you know, it's funny. I just feel like one is going to overlap on another. If you are out looking for a job right now, you may get a job before the contract ends. So I would definitely put yourself out there and definitely look for a job, because if that happens, you know, then you can easily let go of the one knowing that you have security. But I do feel like you are going to get a job. And look, bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Stay focused, because I feel like it's going to happen. All right. All right, let's see. Goldilocks, I believe that I already read for you. Let's see, who else is out there? Roxanne, I didn't see your question. What's your question, Roxanne? Is Nathan hiding anything from you? All right, let's find out, Roxanne. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my sister Roxanne out there. What can you tell me to tell Roxanne? Is Nathan hiding anything from you? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Roxanne. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, let's see. Is Nathan hiding anything? Sure is. All right, we've got the Death card here. I feel as if they are really hiding something from you. Five of Wands. They just don't want you to know what they're up to. I mean, you know, because I almost wonder whether or not they are looking for another job or something else. They want something to come to an end that's not working for them. But yeah, listen, it's all going to work out good in the end, though. All right, Roxanne? So, yeah, whatever they are up to, I think they know that they need to make something come to a change, you know, and whatever it is, what are they hiding? Oh, there you are, Roxanne. They know you know that they are hiding something. But listen, I don't think it's anything bad. I think it's something that's going to end up really good, and you're going to be really happy with whatever Nathan is up to. All right, Roxanne? So hang in there. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Who am I going to read for? I keep looking at Saint Ramirez. What can you tell me? What's 6 months going to look like for you? What do the next 6 months look like for Saint Ramirez? What can you tell me to tell Saint Ramirez? Let's get 3 cards out for Saint Ramirez for the next 6 months. What can you tell me to tell Saint Ramirez? Yeah, good luck with that, Roxanne. But I think, you know, whatever it is, it's not bad. All right. All right, what's going on for Saint Ramirez for the next 6 months? What can you tell me to tell Saint Ramirez? All right, we've got, you know, the Six of Wands coming in reversed. So I feel as if there could be a situation that comes up in the next 6 months where, you know, you're really disappointed. Either you don't get something that you wanted. This is you not having, you know, like even being seen or heard. But whatever this situation is that doesn't happen for you, it opens up the door for other opportunities. All right. So, you know, it's like one of those things, you know, even though you're very disappointed in a situation not coming through, you got to start looking at these other options. But then I feel there's a twist. All right. Because then we have the Six of Swords coming in. Now, usually the Six of Swords says, okay, I'm going to move on. But this situation, I think, returns, you know, and whoever returns, whatever it is that didn't work out, it's like they come back offering a peace offering. You know, like they want to make good on whatever it was that didn't happen. So, you know, I would still continue to keep your options wide open. Let's get a last card here, Strength card, because even though they return, you know, the fact that the situation didn't work out in the first place, it's not going to work out again in the second place, even if they try. So continue to look for other options in your life to open up and start focusing on what would be good for you and what's best for you. And don't wait. You know, it's like this surrender to the fact that this isn't going to work out. I'm not going to get what I want. I'm just going to move on. And even when they try to come back, you know, by then I feel like you will have moved on. All right, so I hope that makes some sense for you. All right, Saint Ramirez, that's what I think is going to happen in the next 6 months. All right, let's see. Let's see. Al Samadore, I don't know. You know who you are. All right, you're in a really tense period regarding the subjects you have opted. Please tell me to be able to continue physics, chemistry, and biology. Wow, that's a lot, man. That's a heavy load. Let's see whether or not you're going to be able to continue all 3 of those. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Upright for yes, reverse for no. All right, grateful, thankful for Alyssa Maduro. Listen, keep working at it, all right, because I think you're going to pull through. All right, this is you doing the work. This is you not giving up. This is you, you know, really diving deep into it. Do you know what I'm feeling for you is that, you know, what's going to end up happening is that all 3 of those are going to start to mesh together so that they all work much easier for you. So even though you might feel like, oh my gosh, everything is really intense and, you know, you're struggling, I see you pulling through and actually being able to build something out of all 3. So hang in there, all right? Hang in there. Yep, you can make it work. All right, let's see, Sandeep. You had a first round of investors looking forward to second round. Will I get the investment you are looking for? All right, let's see what's going on for you, Sandeep. Grateful, thankful. I think we pulled some good cards. I do remember that you had a good investor coming through. I didn't think it was the first one, but let's see what's coming through. Next round of investors. Will Sandeep get the investment that they are looking for? Thanks, Roxanne, for the 2. I really appreciate it. All right. All right, this next round, you know, I don't feel like you're going to find in this next round what it is you are looking for. But I do feel like you do get something, a very good investor here. We do have the King of Cups coming in here. Could be somebody from another place, you know, not in your location. But I like the combination of the Knight of Wands with this King of Cups because I feel as if the investor that you may have already have is a good one, all right? But I don't think in this next round you're going to find what it is that you are looking for. But I do like it. I do like that, you know, there is a very good investor that is going to open doors, you know. So there is a good one out there for you. There is. Look at this. We got the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and then we have the Strength card. Yeah, and then we have the Victory card. Listen, you have a very good investor. Hang on to that one, all right? Maybe you don't need to look for another one. All right, really thankful for the $2 there, Roxanne. Really appreciate it. Oh, good. Maduro. Just keep going, man. Just, you know, head down, focus, and just plow through it. You'll get through. You will, you will, you will. All right, you guys, I'm going to do, let's see, Yolanda, did you have a question? All right, Yolanda, let's do you. Grateful, thankful for Yolanda. Do you have a question? I see me, please, but I don't know what the question is. I don't want to go backwards. What can you tell me? Yolanda, just a general? Yes, no, maybe. I'll shuffle until I see something. Career, okay. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Yolanda regarding career. What can you tell me to tell Yolanda for career? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Yolanda's career. Isn't this fun? All right, let's see, Yolanda. Let's see what's going on for your career moving forward. What can you tell me to tell Yolanda regarding her career? All right, listen, Page of Cups. I do feel as if there is a good start. But be careful, all right, that you don't get involved with anybody when you're in the workplace. All right, I just don't think because I just feel like, with this, there could be this energy around you hooking up with somebody out of nowhere from the workplace. And here we have this 8 of Pentacles coming in. So listen, the work, the career, it's very, very good. I just need to don't, we all have work wives and work husbands, right? Don't get involved, all right? Because I do feel like there could be somebody that would like to start something with you. But I do feel like when it comes to your career, really good things are going to happen in your career, especially with the 8 of Pentacles, because it says you're very good at what you do, because you've done it enough that, you can make enough money that you could even save for a rainy day. All right, Yolanda? Anyway, that's what I got for you. Bira, what feelings does someone have for you? All right, I'm not going to say their name, but we know. What are the feelings towards Byra? What can you tell me to tell Byra regarding feelings? Someone has feelings. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Byra. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Byra. Can I tell you what the feelings, how do they feel? Show me their energy. Grateful, thankful for the messages with the feelings towards Byra. All right, let's see, Byra. All right, listen, they're sitting on the fence here, all right, because here we've got the 8 of Cups. So they're on the fence of whether or not they really walk away or they give you another chance. Because here we see that one last cup remains, all right? But this last time, whatever might have happened, it kind of, made them stop and think that maybe I should give them one more chance. They're sitting on the fence is what I can say for you, all right, Byra? King of Cups, yeah, I mean, and my feeling is they're going to give you another chance, all right? They're not ready to walk away. They're close to it, but the fact he's holding the cup and he's smiling kind of tells me that, they are probably going to, try it one more time with you. Thanks, Yolanda. Really appreciate the $1.99. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Really appreciate it. It really helps me out. It's helping my car situation. With which my car, believe it or not, is going back to the mechanic tomorrow. Anyway, that's my own saga that's been going on for months now. But hopefully this will be the last time. But I sure appreciate the super chats. I really, really do. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you. And at this point, I think we're going to end it. We've slowed way down with the chats and people in it. So I'm going to take this opportunity to check out. I'm grateful to have been here. Really thankful. I'll try to come back here a little later this week. Thank you all for being a part of my channel, bringing good energy, good vibes, all that good thing. I'm just wishing us a really good week and an even better month of October moving forward. So anyway, blessings to each and every one of you. All right, really grateful. So hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. Sure appreciate you so much. All right, I'll see you at another reading. Until then, bye.